All right, so I'm making this video for the other agency bros out there who are either thinking about starting their agency, just getting started with their agency, or in the process of growing their agency. And I think this is going to be a super valuable video because I wish someone had showed me something like this before I started, because I'm going to show you the life cycle or the roadmap of an agency owner. And I think it's super important to understand what lies ahead of you on the agency path so you can best prepare for it. Because I'm going to be honest with you, it's not all just sunshine and rainbows as an agency owner. I know the gurus online tell you about how incredible this business model is and how you can just sign clients, hire contractors, they'll do the work, and you live a life of freedom and get to buy your mum loads of designer clothes and watches and houses and all that sort of good stuff, right? That is the agency dream. But in reality, it is much harder than that. And the problem is that a lot of people start off the agency game with this idea of what it's going to be like to run their agency, but no one told them about all the fucking hard and challenging times that lay ahead of them if they actually want to get to that dream on the other side. So I just want to be real with you in this video. What I want to do is run you through what you can realistically expect to experience as you go on this journey of growing your agency. So this is going to be you, and I probably should have redone this diagram a little bit, but this is you starting out if you're just starting with your agency, right? You've got no clients, you've had no time in the game, and you're probably going to buy a course or something like that. You're going to get some coaching, some mentorship, and they're going to show you how to go out there and get clients. And it's going to be a slog in the beginning. You're not going to be able to sign clients just right away. But eventually, if you keep pushing, if you just keep at it for, 1, 2, 3, even 6 months, you will eventually sign a client and you will actually start to make money. And you're going to get to point 1 here on the graph. And I would probably say that point 1 is probably the most exciting time as an agency owner, because you've put in the hard work, you've signed your clients, you've got 1 to 2 clients maybe paying you 1 to 2K a month. So you're probably earning enough right now to replace or at least heavily supplement your full-time income. And you don't have that many clients, so it's not too stressful. You don't have any employees, so you don't have to manage anyone, and you're earning money online. It's a really cool place to be. But what will happen is that you will go along this journey and you will try and sign more clients. But because at this point, you're probably a one-man show, or you're working with like a contractor who might not be very good at what they do. When you try and sign new clients, everything shits the bed. And the work that you're doing for your clients isn't getting them results, and therefore you lose a couple of clients. You're still trying to do outreach, but at the same time you're trying to manage the current clients and get them results, and you can't really decide, do you just sign new clients? Do you try and go all in and help these clients? Do you hire someone else to try and help you with the work? Like, everything's going through your mind right now. And what happens is you'll probably lose all, if not just a couple of your clients, and your income will drop, and you'll be like, shit, I'm so much more stressed now than I was a few months ago. And then what happens is you dust yourself off and you will then go again. Whether that be you remove the clients that you had and now you understand what type of client you want to work with, so you maybe niche down and you go after that specific type of client, or maybe it's a case of you hire someone, or you replace the current contractor that you did have initially who turned out they lied and they weren't actually very good at what they did. So you have to go out there and find better contractors to work with, or you hire someone to help you with your work. And when you do this, you'll transition from point 2 to point 3, which is good because you've got a better person now who's working with you, who can help you fulfill on the work. And then you have a better idea of what your ideal type of client is. You're not going to work with the bad clients anymore. And you're going to really hone in on what you have seen work for you best over the past 6+ months, say. So you're going to get to point number 3, where because you have a better team member or a better contractor, because you're working with better clients, you can actually earn more money than what you were doing previously when you were just doing a one-man show. And everything's going good because you've got the team in place now, or you've at least got a team member in place, and you've kind of figured out what the best way for you to get clients is, whether that be, Instagram DM, cold email, cold calling, whatever it is. Obviously, it depends on the niche that you're in. So you just do more of that, you focus, which is good. And then you start going up to 4, right? You hone in on what's been working for you. You go out there and focus on outreach. You've got a team member or a contractor or a bunch of contractors fulfilling on the work, and you feel great. You're in momentum. You're living that agency dream. You can feel it. You're earning more money every single month. Now, again, this is an incredible place to be in. I think in business, one of the most fulfilling and exciting places to be in is when your business is in momentum. Like, it's great. And if you are in momentum right now watching this video, hang on to it and go all in on it, because once you lose the momentum, it's very fucking hard to get it back. But there's a problem that pretty much every single agency experiences, because it's fine when you're working with a team of like 1 to 2 people and maybe you've got like 5, 6, 7 clients. That's like doable. You can cope with that. And even if a couple fall off, you can go and sign a couple more, and you have the time, energy, and capacity to like handle the clients yourself, but also work with and train your team members. But then there becomes a problem. When you get to point number 4, this is where it gets all a bit too much. And you might be good at, signing clients yourself, and you might be good at doing the work, and you might have a team that is good at doing the work. But when you start getting to 10 plus clients and you want to really keep pushing and signing more clients every single month, everything fucking breaks, because you might have the team members and the skill internally, but you don't have the systems and processes. And okay, yes, it's kind of easy to manage 1 or 2 new team members, but if you go and take on 2 more team members and now you're managing 4, 5, 6 people, it becomes a lot harder and a lot more difficult to, number 1, continually hire good talent. Like, if you're hiring your first 5 people, to get 5 people who are really fucking good, it's very, very difficult, right? There's going to be, out of those 5 people that you hire, probably 3 of them are going to suck, and you're probably going to replace them, right? So that means that when you get to this point, you've got to continually hire and find new people, but you've also got a load of agency work. Then you still want to continue on outreach, and you are just spread way too thin, because you might have had the original talent and skill, but you don't have the systems and processes. So it's not very easy to hire new people and obviously onboard them for your team and for them to continue delivering the same quality work for your clients. So probably what's going to happen at this point is everything's going to fucking break, and you're going to hate your agency, and you're going to want to give up, and you're going to look at the people selling courses and info and go, that looks pretty good. No client work, no Slack messages. I just sell an evergreen course and I make a load of money. The grass is greener, right? Or you'll look at the e-com founders and be like, no real like annoying customers paying high ticket that kind of like request refunds and stuff. You can run it just with like an ad account, and you can just source these products from, wherever. That looks like a pretty good deal. Let me do that. It's got more scalability. I can probably sell it in the end as well. Let me go and start an e-commerce business, right? And what will happen here is that you will start hating on the agency model, and you'll be like, this is shit. Every other business model is better than this. Like, I don't want to go through that again. That was stressful, because not only did I have, 10 to 15 to 20 clients messaging me every day in Slack, I had like 5 team members I had to manage. They weren't doing the work well. Ad accounts started getting banned for our clients. They started blaming me. They started requesting refunds. It was all too much. Now, if you're at this point, or you're going into this point, or you've experienced this point, I want you to know that's very fucking normal. Pretty much every single agency goes through this process. This is where you're basically taking, I was going to say 1 step back to take 2 steps forwards, but in reality, this is probably like 4 steps back to take, 5 steps forward. So what you usually do at this point is you will lose a load of clients. You will probably have to fire a few team members. And before you go again and start pumping out the outreach, you will then create the systems and processes that that need to be in place if you're actually going to go and scale this past, say, 20, 30, 40, 50K a month. You're going to need systems and processes. You can't just hire, someone from Upwork and expect them to come in and do a great job when you've got that amount of clients and that amount of team members. And this point at number 5 in this graph could probably go on for a little bit longer, because again, it takes time to put all of this stuff in place, and you want it all in place before you actually go again. But this is obviously where most people give up. Like I mentioned, they jump to different business models, they try and do something different, or they'll, instead of creating like an advertising agency, they'll be like, an email marketing agency is better, and they'll start again. But the problem with that is that if you do that, then you're going all the way back to stage one. Now, you may go through the stages quicker the second time round, but you still have to start again. You're still killing your momentum. So what you want to do is battle through, create those systems, create those processes, so that when you bring on new clients, nothing breaks. Or when you try and hire new team members, they get onboarded as an employee of your company seamlessly and quickly, and they get up to speed and they start producing quality work. And if you can do that, then you can then transcend very, very quickly from 0.5 to 0.6, because you already know how to do the outreach. You already know how to do the work. You've got the systems in place that can help you manage that. So then you just pump more volume and outreach. And then you start to get to a point where you're earning more money than you ever have done before. And then at this point, you can decide what you want to do. You can decide to continue to go forward into 0.7 and scale your agency from doing, 50 to 60K a month to go to, or you can decide to scale your agency to 100K plus per month, or even like 200K plus per month if you want to go down that route on, building a $1 million a month agency. Or you can stay at this point and let stuff manage itself and use the cash from the agency to then, invest into other businesses, whether you're going to go and like invest in crypto and stuff, or real estate, or maybe you're passionate about e-commerce and you want to go and start and fund a e-commerce business, or people obviously then use the skills that they've learned in the agency space to go and sell courses and coaching. You can do whatever you want to do. But it's important to note that when you make that decision to go and do something else, make sure that you make it at 0.6 and not at 0.5. Because here you're making that decision based on a place of desperation, as opposed to like a point of leverage where like actually makes sense. Because for sure, building, a 500K per month agency, that is a completely different skill to what got you to 0.6. And I tell you this, it's not for everyone. I don't know many people that want to go and build like a $500,000 a month agency. For me, that'd be too friggin' stressful. I don't want to do that. I got to this point and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to start looking, how can I leverage the cash and my expertise to better leverage business models that can help me scale further in the end. Now, this is nothing new because a lot of the gurus talk about this point. A lot of the gurus talk about, hey, agency is a great cash flow business and it allows you to generate, cash flow with high profit margins, and it allows you to then go and invest in other stuff further down the line. And that's all good. But what they don't really talk about is the stuff on how to actually get there. All of this time, effort, and energy spent overcoming these different challenges. So I hope that was useful for you guys, depending on where you are, whether you're at 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, or maybe you're just brand new starting out. Just know it's a worthwhile journey, but this shit is going to happen. I don't know anyone who has just gone, I'm going to start my agency, and then they've just continued to grow month on month, and the income has just literally just continued to soar. A lot of the time, you have to build something, it breaks, you break it all down, and you start building from scratch again. And that's just the nature of it, because that's the learning curve of, building a business, not even just an agency. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.